in the middle, right? So all of a sudden, I was like, oh, I got an idea. It's one day I told her, I said, you know what? If you join the army, you got to fix your teeth for free. Wow. I really tricked her. She said, all right, let me think about it. And 3 days later, she's like, yeah. I decided I'm going to join the army, but she's smarter than me. You know, she said, she did her own study, research. She said, the Air Force is like Harvard, MIT of the military service. And I have no idea, like when you pass the exam, the first level, the lowest level is Army. Then it's Marine, so we got Army Blade. You got the lowest score, right? Yeah. And then the Marine, and the Navy, and then the Air Force, you have to get the highest test score to pass, to join. She did it 3 times, because in no way, I'm not gonna join the Army, or, so she did it 3 times. Finally, she got into Air Force, the basic training. So that took a long time, and but that was 2 years ago. So I'm still talking about, because this is a veteran show, so I have to make that connection, right? So finally she got in, but guess what? Her teeth is still not fixed yet. Because it's not free. Wow! I can't believe it. She still had to pay a lot of money. And but she got a free baby. She's like, oh, she's got, turns out that is free. Yeah, so right now she's stay at home, have a 4 months baby. I'm so happy. First time, now I'm grandma. Wow, give it up to grandma. Yeah, I'm grandma now. Yeah, I'm so proud of her, so proud of her. Yeah, she's gonna be my best kid out of 3. I have 3, you know, so that's that. Recently, I moved to Seattle from Spokane. I didn't live in Spokane 28 years. 28 years I did it just to prove I am not a tourist. I am here to stay, guys. All right. So I moved to Seattle because my son now is a 2nd year in UW. 2nd year, right? So I want to be closer to him because now I'm a single mom now. Right. So I wanted closer to him. He calls himself independent, but occasionally he said, "Mom, can you take me grocery shopping?" So yeah, a few months ago, I said, okay, let's go to grocery shopping. And I started putting in stuff in the car. I noticed he started taking things out of the shopping cart. I'm like, what is going on? Why are you taking the milk out, the cheese out? Then he said, Mom, you know what? I just find out now I'm lactose and intolerance. I can't say that word, okay? I have to look at my toes to say it. So I'm like, why? I raised you 18 years on cow milk, right? 18 years, you have toes and have tolerance. What's wrong now? You moved to Seattle. You're an independent living in an apartment. Now you don't have toes and no tolerance? You know, it's like, okay, the only difference I can think of is that now you got a girlfriend. So that you got a girlfriend, I remember he's telling me his girlfriend like allergic to so many food. Like, you two are competing to see who's allergic to more food. Yeah, because his girlfriend, let me say, she's allergic to like peanut, okay, to start with, right? And almond, and pretty much all nuts. Yeah, except peace nuts. Yeah. So, I remember one time I was like, take my son out for like lunch, like during weekend, and then he said, can I bring my girlfriend along? I was like, okay, all right, you can bring her along. So we went to a Chinese restaurant, and my son says, wait, let me check the menu. And he's looking at menu, he said, my girlfriend is allergic to this, that, and also the soil, the tofu, all the soil product she's allergic to. By the time he's done 2 pages of menu, like half the items she cannot eat. Because all Chinese food like have soy sauce, right? So by that point, I'm just lost appetite. I can't eat anything. Let's get out of here. Right, so we left. Like, okay, now what? What she can eat? What can she actually eat? So we picked a Greek restaurant. I want to watch what she's gonna order. And sure enough, she ordered something like biscuit and gravy. Wow. So when the food served, I'm like, what is going on? Because the biscuit was perfect. But then it's just like the whole big plate just looked like a big huge pile of white shit. You know? Yeah, because this dish is really puzzles me. Because because people running restaurant, y'all know. Everything is about presentation. You gotta look good, right? So this biscuit and gravy, I don't get it. Where is the presentation? The biscuit, it look good by itself. But why you put some white fucking, the shit on it, right? Now like, no shit. Well, mashed potato, I get it, okay? Mashed potato, to start like mush in the mud anyway. So you put some ground gravy on top, it's okay, you can dig in, but this, and white people, you can do better, okay? Come out with something. You go to the French restaurants, everything is about, whoa, like sculpture, something. But this white gravy thing, oh, they look like pile of shit, okay, to me. But at least I feel like I'm looking at her digging in. She's really enjoying it. I'm thinking, you know what? At least she has a toes and has a tolerance, right? 'Cause that white gravy is milk, So my son now all of a sudden cannot eat milk products. I try to figure out why. Why is that? Then I said, you know what? Maybe genes. Now I'm getting into the genes department because I do remember when I first met my son's dad. He's 30 years old. Yeah, he's 30 years old, and because I like soy milk, I started buying soy milk, and one day all of a sudden he said, you know what? I really do think I'm lactose tolerant. I practice that word. I said, why? He said, because every time I drink soy milk, I don't have anything going on. But if I drink milk, I got something going on, bloated, so maybe I'm just lactose and intolerant. I'm like, 30 years, your mom raised you, you didn't know that? And until you meet a Chinese woman, what is going on? And he said, but that might be the case. So now my son is a 19-year-old. Here we go again. He's telling me he's lactose intolerant. I said, okay, you know what? That must be your dad's gene. You got that one, right? So what else? He's got his dad's gene. So I'm thinking, he's got a skin thing condition like eczema. Yeah, every time, he's got the skin thing going on. So I told him, that's your dad. Your dad are like allergic to so many things. That's him, right? And then my son but he's good at math. So I told him, you know what? That definitely is my gene. Do you find out at home your parents constantly fighting about your genes? Which one is mom, which one is dad? Show a hand, your parents do that. Well, we got two, right. So another thing my son is good at, he likes to ride bicycle. He joined the mountain bike club, right? In high school, now in college. I'm like, you know what? That is 120% my gene. From China, okay, that's where I'm from. I forgot to say that. From China, I feel like when I was born, like day 3, I could ride bike. Yeah, that's how bike gene I got going. Very strong. When I graduated from college, I rode a bicycle from Hangzhou, that's the city I went to college, to Beijing, which is my hometown. We're talking about 1,500 miles in 25 days. Yeah, that's how bike gene I got going. It's like, my son, basically, that's mine. So it's like, all good things, yes, my gene. All bad things is that. Well, you guys not buying that, right? Okay, I take it back. I do like my son's hair. Wow, his hair has got like dark brown, but like the gold, trim or highlight. You get called highlight, right? Wow, it's just okay, because his dad is kind of like blonde hair and blue eye. So I give him credit. I give the dad credit on the hair. I always like to run my fingers through his hair. So now it's like, Mom, leave him alone, right? Gosh. And I guess his girlfriend doing that. That's like, okay, I need to back it up. But yeah, but I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of mixed race kids. Actually, wow, I can't believe I'm saying that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. That's right. Okay, let me get some thing here. See, like the dog breed people, they always like so bragging about their dog, right? They're like, which yeah, those are good. But somehow they call them mud, something like that. So dog, mixed race is good. But for some reason, when it comes to race horse, they want a purebred, right? The purebred horse. I don't get it. So the horse, fucking cousin, somehow they run faster. That's go with the horse. All right, maybe I need to catch up with my biology class, right? Or some evolution theory. I just don't get it. Like the cat and the dogs mixed race good because you can pick the feature. You tell them, right? You want this feature, that feature. The breeder will get it for you. But for horse, I have not heard so far the horse mixed race getting all these high praises. I haven't heard it's all pure the better. Right? Did you agree with me? So I need to figure out what is going on here. Yeah, because I got all the mixed race. Anyway, so let me back up. My name's Ying. Finally, time to introduce myself. Talking about 2 kids just went too far. Yeah, I originally I lived in Spokane for 28 years, but originally from China. Woo, we got 2 fans. One, 2. Any fans? Okay, with the word, not fan of China, show your hands. Not fan. Okay, thank you. I appreciate your honesty. No, you, the army guy. Yeah, okay. But that's okay. People are crying. I understand. If you don't like China, I totally get it, because it seems like China is not very popular these days, right? There's a trade war going on. Starting Trump, they're trying to make China a, I don't know, enemy may be too strong a word, but what is competitor? How's that? Is that word better? Yeah. But you know what? Don't worry about me though, because all my jokes are made in America. Yeah, so we're good? Yeah, we're good. Yeah, thank you. Now, oh my God, now I can breathe, okay? So speaking of, I'm originally from China, so that made me feel like I can say, I'm OG, fresh at the boat. You know that? That's a good one? Yeah. During pandemic, I finally watched that TV show. Have you heard it? Fresh at the boat. Anybody heard that TV show? Show of hands.
It just happened to me today.
One, just 2. Thank you. You 2 are very intellectually educated and informed. The rest of the room, you're either just don't care or you're kind of racist. All right, I take that back. That's okay, you know, because I tone out sometimes the white people TV show too. So I watch all white people program. Anyway, so I watched that Fresh at the Boat. Story is about a Chinese immigrant story back in the East Coast. So 5 episodes in, it's like, wait a second, it's not, because the main character, they're ABCs. I call them ABCs. You know what ABC means? ABC means American-born Chinese. Yeah, so like these people, they're born here in this country. I'm not even sure they've ever seen a refugee boat. They can't call themselves fresh at the boat, right? You know? So I don't think they're getting off any boat. For me though, me on the other hand, I have to get on the ship to stay in this country. It's called a relationship. Yeah, I literally married a white guy to get my green card. Yeah, so thank you white people. Your ship really helped. It really worked. Yeah. I really appreciate it. I love your ship. Yeah. So before that one, there's another ship called a scholarship. Yeah, I used that ship to finish my master's degree in Moscow, Idaho. University of Idaho, that's where I got my degree, yeah. So everybody, I really appreciate America, helped me a lot. Okay. So another thing about me is I am actually American by choice. By this point, I did it 2003. Yeah. After I married that white guy, you know, I got to make a decision. So yeah. So it's not an easy decision. American by choice is like you guys saying born again Christian. You actually have to think about it. You have to weigh pros and cons about it, right? You know, so I remember at the time, my family back in China actually did not like it. Yeah, they were like, my mom called me, says, Ying, you already have a green card, right? So why you want to be American? Because you have the freedom to travel back and forth, you know? You want to vote? You want a democracy? Is that what's going on? So at the time, I already made my mind, so I don't want to argue with her. I said, yeah, I want to vote. So my mom voted me out of her will. Yeah, she voted first, I know. Yeah. So at the time though, 2003, I was like, who cares about her shithole apartment? You know, she can have it. So little did I know, 20 years later, exactly 20 years, okay? Her shithole apartment in Beijing, China was $1.3 million. I know, so I feel like I should just kill myself. I'm out. You know, between my mom and dad, they have 3 apartments in Beijing, China. I'm out, right? Wow. But my brother was worse though. My brother said, don't come back, okay? Traitor. He called me traitor. He said, just stay in the United States. So, like, people, America, that's why I love this country. Yeah, because we already have a traitor. Yeah, his name is Trader Joe. I did this show in Idaho, right? There was one guy sitting in the front says, yeah, get the Joe out of the White House. I'm like, all right, wait a second. That is not the Joe I was talking about, right? I was talking about the organic guy. Organic Joe. Yeah, I went shopping, all of a sudden this organic Joe taking all the blame for traders like me. Wow. So another thing about me is, one time my mom said I was an accident. I'm like, whoa. You know, I was just asking my mom why she treated me so bad growing up. So my mom just threw this word out because I was an accident. You know? So now I'm curious now. It's like, accident to what? Who here is not accident? So let me put it another way, okay? If you're a plant baby, show of hand. Who is a plant baby? Let me see. We got 2 plant babies, very precious. Anybody else? You're a plant baby? Nobody. Okay, it's 3. 3 plant babies, okay. You're a minority, okay? So the rest of you, everybody here, the rest of you, you're just like me, okay? We're just come from long line of broken condoms. Because we're not plant, right? We're an accident. So I told my mom that, I was like, is that a case? My mom says, no. In China back then, they did not even use condom. So like, all right, so you're saying if not using condom, that's even worse. You know, because definitely you don't want me, I'm an accident. So you're saying my dad just screwed up his pull-out game? You know, right? So like, that's why I'm an accident or something? My mom said, no. My mom said, at the time, what happened was, she thinks she's old. I already have an older brother, sister, like 10 years apart or something. So she said, she's 45, she's done with the baby. So all of a sudden, she's pregnant again of me. And she was very upset, you know, and she said, when she found out, and she felt like, this pregnancy, this baby is a curse of her life. Because she was facing like promotion and work, everything. This is an accident. This is not good. You know, she's going to ruin her life. She said she spent the first 6 months of pregnancy trying to get rid of me. I'm like, how did you get rid of me? You know? It's like, yeah, because in China, I said pretty much at the time, they don't have the coal handler. So it's like, do you use chopstick? How you get rid of me? Wow. Yeah. So my mom said, no, it's not chopstick. He said, another bad news the doctor told her is that I was an upside down baby. You know the breech, they call it? The normal fetus position, the head going down the birth canal. So, but I was a feet down. I was head is up, like standing up, like Statue of Liberty. Wow. And that is bad news, right? When the doctor tell a pregnant woman, and she said she hated me, plus, you know, like accident, plus this thing, right? So she said she would try everything, try to get rid of me, like throw herself down to the stairs, right? Yeah, and doing all kinds of sports like jumping and then running, you know, and just did all kinds of shit. But for some reason, I was just so startled. But the doctor did told her, in order to turn around the fetus, she had to do exercise, you know, and she hated that too. Like kung fu, you know, the gymnastics, something. But I survived, you know, like she did not get rid of me. Wow. And then she had a difficult birth, like 70 hours. I mean, she said a hell or something. Oh gosh, but ever since pregnancies and after I was born, she just hated me. This is real. I was like, that's why I grew up, I feel like I was like China version of a Cinderella. So now I get it, like I was in trouble all her life. I guess that's why, so many years later, I'm like ended up in Spokane. Instead telling dick jokes. Wow. Because nobody loved me. Embarrassing, yeah. Because when you're not loved, what can you do, right? But my mom did pass away this year. I had mixed feelings about it. Yeah, we can clap. Yeah. So she got sick last year though. So when my brother called me that she was sick and she died in that stroke thing, I was kind of outrageous. Like, what? We're during pandemic, like last year, like pandemic. If anybody died, I want to hear COVID. Like, who died of a stroke, right? So like that's not the COVID is infection. If people tell you so and so died of COVID, okay, that's good, right? Because that's a fashion. If you hear cancer, that's bullshit. Cancer is bullshit. Or stroke. What is a stroke? But anyway, so my mom passed away, so that's why I feel like, you know what, now I have 100% I can get out there and start telling jokes. I took this burden, just like, it's away from me. So that's that. Another thing about me is I'm a single mother. I'm a single mom for 7 years now. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and the last 7 years, like I have my son, like stayed at home, my son, and my daughter though from Africa. That's a long story, but she lived downstairs though. So my son living upstairs with me. So 7 years though, I feel like I'm just a tiger mom by day and cougar mom by night. Yeah. So like another thing about single mom is like I don't have privacy, because my son's room is directly across the hallway from my room. For some reason, he like to use my bathroom. I'm like, what about your bathroom? Just cross the hallway, and then he just like for some reason like shit in my toilet. And he said, my bathroom is for standing. Your bathroom is for sitting. Yeah. So my point is, he's in and out my room all the time. But for 7 years, I have pretty good record. Okay, 7 years, my son have never called me naked in bed with a guy. That's good? And then he called me in the hallway. So, I know, it's very embarrassing. Like one weekend, I was like, I brought a date home. It's third date. Is third date okay? Because I've been single for a long time, 7 years. So I brought a date home. Like we were like in the living room, trying to move to my room. Somehow we ended up on the hallway floor, right? And we're doing our thing, and all of a sudden my son just opened his door. He said, "Come out!" I was like, "Oh my God, what you guys doing?" Disgusting. So I like pick up my clothes. I'm like, "Why are you here?" They're like, "It's your dad's weekend." Like, I'm trying to get your stepdad so hard, working so hard. You're just ruining it. So I was pretty sure by 5th day, this is the guy is gonna move me in, but just my son right into our 3rd date, and now I'm still single. Wow, still no stepdad. Yeah, that's no good. So very tough being a single mom, But before he graduated high school, his teacher called from high school, I think 2 months, like, "Yeah, I want to let you know your son is valedictorian." I was like, "Violated what?" Because that's a long word. I've never heard that word before. They're like, "Is he in trouble?" They're like, "Is some kind of disease?" Violated what? Because what I heard is violated doctor's ring, for some reason. So I said, "I'll make sure he gets his second shot." Because that was during pandemic. My son is not a big fan of vaccines. Like after 1 shot, I said, "That's enough for him, right?" So the teacher said, no. Valedictorian is a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing. Don't worry about it. I'm like, good thing? How good? So, it just means he's going to give a graduation speech. So, oh, I see. Yeah, I'm still learning English. So all right. So not bad. I feel a lot better. But then my Chinese friend heard it. My Chinese friend also go to that school, right? So like they call me like, "Yeah, I did not know you're a good mom." You can raise a good son. Like, you always screwed up everything. It's like, wow. So if your son, your single mom, raise a son valedictorian, tell me what is your secret. I'm like, wow, I've never thought about that, because I have never signed my son to other extracurricular, like other Chinese parents. There's like the math class, some others, like I never did that. So like, what is my secret? I keep thinking, right? Because this woman asked me the question. So okay, I thought about it. Okay, my secret is all I do is set expectations. High. You gotta aim higher, right? When you aim higher, if your kids can achieve half of it, you're good, right? I'm good, right? So because during high school 4 year, he did not know which college he go to. He had no idea. So I said, of course, you're gonna go to Harvard or MIT, right? So he ended up going to UW. So I took that as halfway to Harvard. So I'm good, right? I'm good, yeah. Because I figure if you tell him, go to UW, guess what? He's gonna end up to a community college. It's halfway, right? And if you tell him, go to a community college, guess what? He's gonna end up being a plumber. It's not like plumber bad or anything, I'm just saying, you always have to aim higher, right? Even though I cannot afford MIT or Harvard, no way in hell. I really did not want him to go, but you have to, aim something higher. Yeah, so that's my secret. To this day, yeah, it's like everything. Yeah. So my kids don't care. I just spill out my secret. They don't believe anything I say now. Wow. Yeah, give it up to my daughter. My daughter's here. Yeah. Yeah, my daughter's here. Yeah. And also my daughter's husband. Thank you very much. Wow. Yeah. They're my friend. They're support my comedy. Yeah. So anyway, so that's my secret. Is it work okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, if your parents even set expectations, at least they care, right? So to keep that in mind. If your parents don't set any goals, I don't know. I don't want to say shit about white people, but that is what's going on. I can? Okay. Yeah. But this is a veteran show, right? Anyway. So I've been in this country 30-some years. 30-some years, still people ask me, says, Ying, how you ended up here? How you ended up in the U.S.? I've been thinking about that question too. I said, I thought about like, actually, you sold it to me. American, you sold it to me, the idea of come to this country. I'll give you an example, okay? First thing you sold it to me is Coca-Cola. Yeah, when I was in China, the first time I tried Coca-Cola, so this thing is a dark liquid. It's, for some reason, it's a little bit bitter and a little bit sweet, and I just cannot stop drinking it. That is my first drug. Like, very addictive. I just hooked this Coca-Cola thing right away. I spent my first month of salary, I think it's equivalent of $18.9. Bought a whole case of Coca-Cola. And that's how strong your Coca-Cola is. Well, I was like, America's amazing. American, they invented this thing, I'm gonna go to America, right? So second thing that you sold it to me is Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, I remember when the first KFC opened in Beijing, China, I was lined up an hour and a half to get in. Yeah, it was amazing. But I ordered the whole chicken leg. So when the food serves, like, whoa, this thing is amazing, like just so delicious. Because in China, at least back then, all right, the chicken dish, they always chop it up so small. You don't know what's in there. You never see a whole chicken leg. I was like, it could be cat or dog, right? It's like bad or anything. You don't know what's in there, right? So anyway, but this whole chicken leg thing, that's amazing. I just hooked KFC, all right? Another thing you sold to me is this idea of melting pot. Yeah. So I remember I took class, American history, right? So I'm like, okay, go past, the Civil War, slavery, all right, all right, I got it. So when they talk about melting pot, I'm like, all right, I want to hear that more. Tell me more. So they're saying New York City have 156 nationalities, people living in New York City. That's why New York City is so beautiful. I'm like, whoa, I want finally moved to New York City. At the time when I was learning about the U.S., right? Like, wow, it's so amazing, this country, melting pot, right? But guess what? I ended up in Moscow, Idaho. The whitest place, yeah, because, University of Idaho, because that is your weakest link, I find out, like, 90-some% white people, because the U of I is the easiest to get in. Like, I find out, I apply, because the school is my jumping point, right? And you gotta land somewhere. Like when you guys are busy building that wall, I just flew over. Like, so Moscow, Idaho is a good entry point. Because New York City, it's so hard to get in those schools. So like, thank you white people. Like, Moscow, Idaho is pretty good, yeah. So I got in there, and then I find out, you know what, this melting pot thing is not what I think. It's not that easy, okay? Because when I started campus life in university, I find out every time I drink cold milk, I got diarrhea. Because in China, nobody drink cold milk. We always have heated up the milk, right? And then also when every time I eat pizza or anything cheese, I got constipation. Yeah, so because we don't have that, the cheese thing in China. So I got 2 pills going. One is to stop the leak, one is get the poop going. Right? So wow, it took me about a year to get over 2 symptoms. So later I'm thinking, you know what? At the time when I had a constipation, I should have just drink the cold milk. Right? So that would solve this. I don't know. It's like, what was I thinking? Yeah. So I guess a master's degree was not helping, not making me smarter. Yeah. But anyway, so finally, I got over those. I melted to your pot. Right? I'm American now. Yeah. I was very proud of all these years. Yeah, I can drink milk just like you guys, and nothing happened. And the cheese and pizza is my favorite food. I'm American now, finally, right? But then, of course, 2016, we got President Trump, right? All of a sudden, you hear like, go back to your country. What is going on, America? So now, you don't like this melting pot thing anymore. You want to unmelt this pot. So what's going on? You want to separate the soy sauce from the beans, right? From the curries, right? From your wonderful cheese. You want to send us back our soy sauce. Like, wow, I really start to question everything. I started like, really, American? I look at people around me like just in a different lens now. As our first time. The more I think about it, the more I hear and read the paper, TVs, all right. So American people have problems that where the immigrants taking jobs, right? The Mexican people, the Chinese taking jobs. Wow. So that's why I quit my job last year. So, all right, you can have your job back, all right? But my point is, the more I think about it, like white people, instead of to feeling this grievance toward the immigrant people, I think you should focus on what you're good at. So white people, do you know what you're good at?
No.
No? Anybody know what because we're a majority of white people. What are you good at? So if you don't know, I'll tell you, okay? White people, you're good at discover continent. Yeah, so you already discovered everything. I'm talking about the North Pole, Yukon, the South Pole. The American continent, of course. Columbus. Yeah. So even Tibet, the highest peak, you got up there first. Yeah, we're talking about. I read the story. Himalayas, the highest peak in Tibet. So the Tibetan people lived there thousands of years. They climb up half. We're talking about 4,600 meters. That's the total length, about 8,000 meters, or down the meter, not feet, okay, the peak, the highest Himalayas. So the Tibetan people built a temple halfway, 4,000, like, they're good, they said, we're good, because the peak, they look it up there, that's the God live there. That's a sacred ground. We don't want to go up there because that's very offensive to God. So halfway they're good. But white people came along, right? They stay in the temple, 4,000 meters. They look at the peak of the Himalayas. There's like fuck sacred ground. We're gonna go out there. White people, yeah, you are really pioneer. You explore, you fuck up everything, right? So we want the Tibetan people, our guide, go out there. The Tibetans, we've never been out there. We don't know how to get out there. Well, you gotta go. So we don't even have to warm clothes, right? Okay, we're gonna put a feather in the clothes and go. Yeah. So the Tibetan people, yeah, white people, you got out there first, all right? So what I'm saying is you did a landing on moon, that's white people too. So next stop with Elon Musk, just go to Mars. Go to Mars, that's where you belong. Mars, don't come back. Some people are already claiming land on Mars, right? The real estate, yeah, the most, they're trying to put a name on it, I'm saying next time when you go to a new piece of land, discover a new piece of land, just make sure, don't call it Indian anymore. That name has been claimed twice already, right? And also, if you go to Amazon, find another new tribe, make sure you vaccine yourself, okay? Because your germ worked. Your germ really worked. Your germ killed, I don't know how many millions in the native Indians, right? Yeah. And also, vaccine is your invention too. Yeah, white people. Give it up to yourself, white people. You did some great things, right? Wow, I know, white people, yeah, did some shitty things, but did some good things too, yeah. So back to the army thing. I'll tell you, when I did a college in China though. So first month in China, they trained you shooting. So I shoot, I can now say 8 hours, 30, 15, right? I did rifle. So what I'm saying is, I am ready to join. If there's war going on, if they don't think I'm too old, I will join the American Army. Because I am American now, okay? Yeah. So not only my daughter, I'm gonna be on the American side. I record myself. Wow, that's on the recording. Well, okay. So last year I quit my day job to do comedy, but then this year I moved to Seattle. It's getting more and more serious, but so far I report to you, I have not made money yet. Wow. Yeah, but at least I feel like now I can wake up, naturally. And drinking coffee on my own time. Because I used to work for government, right? So I drink coffee on government time. I get paid, so now I don't know. This is my own choice. I can't blame anybody, right? So far, not making money. I'm thinking, I don't know about this comedy thing, when I'm gonna start making money. So I need to maybe justify and modify American dream. Because so far, I'm not, but thank you for everybody here though. I'm actually sticking to something. Yeah, but I do want to make plan B. So a few months ago, I called my son. He's a UDA, second year college. So I said, my American dream is not working. So I'm thinking about changing my American dream. So your second year in college, can you just hurry up and graduate? Somehow to find a job and buy a house, okay? So my new dream is after you buy your house and move into a basement. Yeah, that's my new, and that freaking him out. He said, okay, let me go ask my girlfriend. Wow. So 2 weeks later, he called me back. He said, about that thing, you want to move to a basement. Let me ask you, is this a Chinese culture thing? So I thought about it. I was like, yeah, it's my culture thing. I said, all right. If it's your culture thing, yes, you can move in. But if it's American dream, fuck that. You're on your own. Right? Nobody's supporting American dream anymore. So I tell you now, I'm working on my Chinese culture dream, to move into his basement. Wow. All right, so how's my English so far? English okay? Yeah, thank you. I'm constantly working on my English, right? But I tell you, when I first landed here though, my English is not that good. Yeah, I remember the first day I took plane, landed in SeaTac. That's my first stop, right? So when I passed through the immigration, I gave them the form, immigration form, and then the officer looked at me, looked at the form, and she's not happy. She said, look at what you got in that form. I look at form that I fill out on the airplane. So they ask you name, birthday, then they ask you for sex. So So what I put in the form is once a month. Yeah, that's my English. Because I figure, I was a foreigner, I cannot lie. If you lie, they send you back. Second of all, first day here, I don't know nobody. Once a month sounds pretty good. Not trying to be greedy. Oh my God. I just feel like they did now ask me for how. Then I have to say by hand. Right? That's not good. Right? That's not good. But your English actually is very